Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to use your blank InDesign brochure to set up your Adobe Illustrator files so they fit perfectly. We'll start off by just drawing a rectangle using the rectangle tool here. Using this one, that would be the front cover. So if you wanted a graphic that extended the full panel of the front cover, then you can see there it says 20 picas wide and 48 picas high. Pica is a unit of measurement used in printing. You can see it right up here. That rectangle is 20 by 48. So if we go over to Illustrator and we say File, New, let's call this Front Cover 141008 Front Cover Sample. So what I need to do here is change units from points to picas and type in the numbers that I saw a second ago. So 20 picas wide, 48 picas high, and click OK. And we've got a full panel right there. So we could draw on part of it, or we can fill in the whole thing, for example, with our rectangle tool just for our example. I'll draw a full rectangle. Go over here and change the fill to a gradient, and maybe make it a radial gradient. Now when I save this as my front cover sample, I'll be able to go over to InDesign and I can get rid of this original one just to show you that it is the exact right size. We place things inside of a brochure like this with the File Place command, and then go ahead and open up our front cover sample and then put it in the upper left hand corner of where we want it to appear. So this is the inside of the brochure, and you could very easily go ahead and draw a rectangle where your draft shows that you have a picture. Some of you may have one that spans 2 panels. That might be very useful. It'll go over the fold, but that's okay for some of our graphics. So if I look at that, I can see 41.6 and 18.3. So let's go over to InDesign, from InDesign over to Illustrator, and make a new one, and we'll call it 141008 Wide Trap. We're going to change these to those numbers. So 41 picas 6 and 18 picas 3. When I click OK, I have a wide palette here, a wide canvas to work on. Let me go ahead and just change this as well. I'm going to add a radial and maybe change the color on this one. When I save this as the wide trap, I'm going to go over to InDesign, delete that, and File, Place the wide trap. And wherever I decide I want to place it, I have a perfectly sized wide trap. And that'll keep things from having to be scaled and moved around and losing quality as we go. You can always move things around in InDesign later, but as far as getting those Illustrator files just the right size, that's a great way to do it. It's possible to give yourself use less of it. If you decide, actually in my trap I only drew in the left-hand side, it's no problem resizing it if you only used part of it. But this is the best way to make sure that your width and height of your graphics or even your text matches up from Adobe Illustrator to your InDesign brochure.